I think a couple of things they can do. One is at the individual level, the time use, balanced time use framework is very useful to see what's happening with your life, and the exercise that people can be asked to do is see what is important to them and how they're using their time, and try to bring these two in alignment. Our education system today focuses more on giving knowledge and skills for a good job. What people could really use is also some skills to lead a happy life. So, for example, a day like today, you could get up, you look outside, sunny. Imagine a sunny day, you feel very happy, right? And then the next moment, you see your neighbor coming out of the house in a brand new car, driving out of the garage, and then you think, my neighbor must be doing good, he's got a brand new car. And you think, I'm not doing so good, my car is 10 years old. And then before you realize it, from that beautiful morning happy, you suddenly gone sad. Actually, nothing has changed.
But this is because of comparison.
Because of comparison, because people are missing some basic skills to manage what's happening within yourself. And so skills like meditation and all, I think should be imparted as part of education, and I think it will be a very good addition to education system. Firstly, I think certainly advertising does affect people's happiness, because like you were saying earlier, people do comparisons. And once you start doing comparisons, it does affect your sense of well-being. And a lot of advertising is actually purposely trying to do that, because they want you to feel inadequate and then go and buy their product to feel now you're adequate. Of course, it's very difficult to counteract these forces. But at least in terms of mass billboard kind of advertising, Bhutan, we do not allow. Our law do not allow. So if you come to Bhutan today, you will not see Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and then we don't have global brands, McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks, we don't allow just now. So in that regard, Bhutan is free from that kind of overt global brands and its messages. But on the other hand, we have introduced TV, and we have many channels, and these are all TV from neighboring countries. So all the advertising content is coming in. In that regard, we have been very slow to properly regulate the advertising in TV. But now we are thinking of an advertising policy, and in particular we are trying to target restrictions on advertising towards children. In fact, we are all talking about sustainable development. The real challenge will be getting people to have sustainable lifestyles.
Right, and then less is more is
yes, and this is the challenge for us. Just now, less is more is not there. Most people want 2 cars. If they have 2 cars, they want 3 cars. But yet, they also want development to be sustainable. They want climate change to be, problems to be addressed. And they do not see the link, the chain between their actions and the consequences.
And they have to start at themselves.
And yes, exactly. So we must figure out ways to show the consequences of choices people make. And when they see that, I feel then they will make choices which are more sustainable, which are better, which will be in line with less is more, because they realize that if they don't do that, there will be no future for their children. But this is the challenge, how to do that. This whole work of coming out with the GNH index and the indicators and the survey questionnaire was entrusted to a think tank called the Center for Bhutan Studies. And what they did in leading up to 2008, the first survey, what they did is they sent questionnaires, I think about 1,000 people. They asked hundreds of questions, maybe close to 400 questions. Then they mined all the data, and then they zoomed in on those 9 domains and the 124 indicators. So this work is basically done by that think tank, the Center for Bhutan Studies. Once government endorsed it, we made it public, and then we hope to have many debate and feedback from society to further improve. But at the moment, there has not been that kind of debate. People have sort of accepted it as it is. Well, if you look at the questionnaire, and all this information is on our website at grossnationalhappiness.com, you will see that the survey covers both objective and subjective elements. But they use whatever new methods are there now for enhancing the quality of subjective responses, and also they use methods of cross-tabulating so that you see there's consistency in the subjective responses, and the methods for doing subjective evaluations have really improved now. The fact of the matter is the government is not really in the business of directly creating happiness for its people, because happiness at the individual level is a responsibility of the individual. Freedom is a very important value. People must make their own choices. All that government can do, and what we try to do in Bhutan, is create what we call the right conditions, like making a road so that cars can move faster. In the same way, we are trying to create conditions in other areas, like keeping community strong, in keeping our culture strong, in psychological well-being. But even after we do all that, there can be people who are happy even when they are miserable. Well, so be it. That we can't do anything